Hey everybody, welcome to the Herbal Study Hall Name That Herb Game Night. Thank you to everybody who is watching this after the fact. And it's okay, even if you miss the game, by watching it after the fact, you're still going to be learning lots of great stuff. This is our way of learning in the reverse. Instead of thinking of an herb and all of the qualities of that herb, we think about qualities of an herb and what herb is it. So, name that herb is the game. And tonight, to a couple of the winners, we'll see how many there are. I say that because if people are tied and there's ends up being like tons of winners, then I then I have a problem. But I do have some books that I wanted to do as the giveaway prizes. Hey Heather, hey Jennifer, hey Ginger. Thank you all so much for coming, and good to see you, Wendy. Marianne, when you come back to watch the replay, just know that I appreciate you so much for popping in. And you were missed, but I totally understand and hope that you enjoy the replay of this. All right. Before we get started, I need to do my disclaimer as well. And if this is anybody, hey, Ace FLA1, good to see you. Is it Ace Florida 1? Is that what the FLA stands for? I don't know if I've ever asked that question before. If I have, I'm sorry, you're going to have to tell me again. This live is for educational purposes only. I'm not a medical professional, and nothing shared here is meant to diagnose, treat, or replace medical advice from a qualified healthcare professional. Herbalism can be supportive to everyone's body, but everybody's bodies are different. We all have a different health history. We have a different background. We have different constitutions. So make sure that you talk with your doctor or another licensed professional before trying new herbs, especially if you're pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or managing a chronic medical condition. And another thing I always like to say is make sure that if you're introducing any new herbs into your body, that you do those one at a time. That way you're not wondering, what the guilty party is. And I've heard, for example, of people getting the awesome Ace. We'll make sure to go check that out. Everybody, make sure you check out Ace's premiere when you get a chance. For example, somebody that I know was experiencing some heart racing, and they had introduced like several different things into their diet. And one of those was like a mushroom blend that included cordyceps, but they were also a coffee drinker. So the cordyceps and the coffee were not playing nice. As soon as this person quit taking the mushroom blend, she was fine. So just kind of putting that out there. Just be cautious of things. If you're introducing anything new. And they do have mushroom coffees, if you're looking, and that's what I suggest. I'm like, there's mushroom coffees that are out there. But so, hey, Gail, good to see you. Thanks for coming. All right, everybody, what kind of tea are you drinking tonight? I have a blend that has hibiscus and rose, and it's also got some other things in it. It's kind of like a for me kind of blend. So it's got some hawthorn, some linden, but I amped the vitamin C quality of it up by adding in some rose hips and kind of put extra hibiscus in there too. But it's a pretty little tea. I reuse little bottles when I can, and I stick them in the refrigerator. So I have another one of these in the fridge for me for later or tomorrow or something. How about everyone else? Y'all got any tea in your cups? It's been hot. If everybody said I'm drinking water, I wouldn't blame you. Oh, hey, Anne, good to see you. Elderberry tea, yum. That is awesome. And there's been a lot of people getting sick, so that's a good immune boosting one. Awesome, Gail. What was the flavor? That's neat. I do like some over the counter. Yogi tea is one you can buy at the store, and they have some great blends. There's another one that starts with a T. I don't think it's Thrive. I think it's another one. Ooh, purple basil tea. I'll bet that's beautiful too. Is it real pretty and turns the water kind of pinkish purple? I was just reading about all the different kinds of holy basils. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jennifer Ocean Homestead in here is a pretty good connoisseur of all the different holy basils. I haven't tried all the different kinds of holy basils, but I grow a lot of lemon basil in my garden. I am growing holy basil out there, but it was a tea I got from the seed swap. So I'm just not sure which holy basil it is. And I haven't been able to harvest it yet. It's still too little. But I saw that one of them is like lemon. It's a Thai lemon basil, also considered like a holy basil. And I'm wondering if my lemon basil is a holy basil. Like, is that one of them? I have no idea. I just know it's lemon basil. I don't know how many lemon basils there are. All right. Oh shoot, I didn't put my wheel up. Hey Tamara, thanks for coming. All right. I made some sweet and holy basil tea. Oh, nice. That sounds good. Most common people have the Tulsi holy basil. I'm common. And remember, holy basil is also a plant that in certain parts of Asia that they grow all around their house too. That's a common one out there, if that's what you meant. Or you just mean like, regular people know about the regular holy basil and don't realize there's a whole bunch. Oh, the most, okay, the most common basil people have is Tulsi. Yep. That's what I usually use. Like when I reference holy basil, I'm usually talking about Tulsi, not all the other ones. That's on my to-do list, is to educate myself on all the other ones. All right, I have a list of 20 herbs, and we're going to go ahead and kick off the Name That Herb game. Are you guys ready? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready. If you can share this out for me too, that would be great. Make sure you do the thumbs up for me because it helps. All right. All right, I'm going to start with one that's not too hard. All right, here we go. Remember, for each herb, there's going to be 3 questions. And when you think of the answer, when you think of what herb it is, or you think you know what herb it is, drop it in the chat. The first person to answer correctly, before I get real excited and shout somebody's name, I have to slow myself down for that this time. I'm pretty expressive. I don't know anybody that knows me. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm that person. So I'll try to stay calm until, thank you so much, Gail. You are such a beautiful person and such a good friend. I appreciate you. I have to calm myself down and just remember to like look and make sure that I'm right about who I think won. So I'm going to ask you all to agree with me when we do that. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going on to the first herb, guys. And here is your first clue. I am a pungent kitchen herb, often chosen for respiratory infections with thick mucus. What herb am I? You're welcome, Ace. Appreciate you being here. I am a pungent kitchen herb, often chosen for respiratory infections with thick mucus. What herb am I? So I want to talk about the word pungent for a minute while y'all are thinking about this. Pungent can't quite be used interchangeably with spicy. And it might more accurately be used with acrid. As a matter of fact, in traditional Chinese medicine, instead of using the word pungent, we will often use the word acrid. But I know a lot of people haven't heard that, don't use the term. So we're going with pungent here. Let me give you another one. I have a strong affinity for the cardiovascular system and healthy circulation. What herb am I? So you've got 2 clues. This herb is pungent. It's often used for a respiratory infection with thick mucus. It's also good for your cardiovascular system and circulation. Keep guessing, guys. I haven't seen it yet. I am a warming herb that helps disperse cold and dampness while supporting the immune system. I might have to add in some more descriptive questions. Okay. How about this? Be ready to answer quick, because this one might get all of you. I'm often combined with honey and fermented for treating respiratory infections. Often combined with honey. Marianne Smith, welcome. Okay, Marianne Smith is the first person that I saw answer correctly. The answer is garlic. But is that the first person everybody else saw with the herb garlic? Thanks for joining in the fun, Marianne. Do we all agree Marianne's first person who said garlic? She said garlic or hawthorn, but it was garlic. Okay. All right, Marianne, you're on the board with 1 win. Okay, on to the next one. I am a cooling, moistening herb that is rich in mucilage and soothes dry, irritated tissues. What herb am I? I'm a cooling, moistening herb that's rich in mucilage, so lots of mucilaginous properties there, that soothes dry, irritated tissues. Marianne, you're 2 for 2. Marshmallow. Let me tell you what the other ones were. I'm commonly used for dry coughs and urinary tract infections. I'm especially indicated when tissues are hot, inflamed, and dry. No, Marianne, you were right. It's marshmallow. It is marshmallow. Couple other comments on marshmallow is that often marshmallow is an ingredient in a formula. So it's not just, over there by itself. And you can steep it in cooling water, put it in your refrigerator overnight, and, sip on it the next day. It's a herb hugely used for GI issues. And it's in the book. We talked about one of the books that I have. And it mentions a lot about marshmallow in there. All kinds of good, fun stuff you could do with marshmallow, guys. I've been thinking for the longest time about doing a video on this, and I probably need to. All right. We ready to move on to the next one? Good job, Marianne. You've got 2 points now. Okay, the next one. I'm a restorative tonic that nourishes an exhausted nervous system. And I know that's not much of there's a lot that do that. So I'm probably going to need to share with you the next one. I'm rich in minerals, often prepared as a long infusion for deep nourishment. Anybody want to take a guess? You've got 2 different facts that are shared there. Restorative tonic, actually more than 2 kind of wrapped up into these. Restorative tonic, it's a nourishing herb, treats an exhausted nervous system, rich in minerals, often prepared as a long infusion for deep nourishment. I'm not seeing it yet. Especially helpful for someone recovering from chronic stress or burnout. This is a hard one. I feel like I should find another clue. I'm going to take a peek, see if I can find another clue for you guys, because I'm not seeing it yet. And I don't know. I think if I was on the other end, I'd be struggling too. I will say this herb comes in different forms, but Let's see what else. Used as a tonic to increase strength of mind, spirit, and body. Nope, don't give up. Keep guessing. But it is a specific nerve tonic. So think about your nerve tonics. Antispasmodic. Wendy, all of us. There's what's so fun about studying herbalism is there's always more to learn. What else? You can, how do I say this without telling y'all? No, it's not ginkgo, not ginseng. This herb could, in a certain form, could also be a food. It could be a food that is also a morning cereal. Could be a food that's also a morning cereal. It's a nervine. Ginger got it. Oats. So oat straw or milky oats. Yes, yes. You can purchase it as oat straw. You can purchase it as milky oats. And the difference is not much of a difference. Depends on where you read. Like one's the tops, like the tops of the oats. But it's a nervine. It's a wonderful tonic. It's a wonderful ingredient to add into if you're putting together a formula for somebody who is, maybe has a lot of stress, then oat straw is a good one to put in there. So you're on the board with one, Ginger. Good job. All right. We ready for the next one? Drop me a 1 in the chat if y'all are ready. Wendy, that was a hard one. I mean, honestly, it's really hard because a lot of those clues could have been used for other herbs. All right, this next herb, here we go. Here's your first clue. Oh gosh, let me see which. I want to make it kind of hard. Okay. I improve circulation and help warm cold hands and feet. What herb am I? I improve circulation and help warm cold hands and feet. Thank you, Anne. I stimulate sluggish digestion, especially when coldness is involved. Remember when we talk about people and their constitutions, we talk about how some people maybe they have a colder constitution. They're really cold internally. So I stimulate sluggish digestion, especially when coldness is involved. Oh, wait. I saw it. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that I saw it for the first time. Ginger is the answer. And I see Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Good job, Jennifer. Jennifer, if you win, you know what you're winning. Seeds. I can mail those to Canada. Good job. The other one was, I feel like everybody would have got this one. I'm a warming herb that is especially helpful for nausea caused by motion sickness or poor digestion. If I would have said that, everybody would have known it was ginger. Ginger, I thought it was funny that you won the one right before this, and so I had my poker face on. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, and the next one's ginger. All right, here we go. Shifting gears here, but we're going to be talking about another warming herb. I'm a warming Ayurvedic resin, traditionally used to reduce excess kapha and ama. Anybody who knows their Ayurvedic medicine? Hey, Tigsy. Just got in from the garden and happy Tuesday to you. Happy to have you here. You're not too many herbs in. We're on herb number 5 right now. And the first question, clue, is I am a warming Ayurvedic resin traditionally used in Ayurvedic medicine to reduce excess kapha and ama. I'm commonly used to support healthy cholesterol and lipid metabolism. And it's an herb I mentioned on the last Herbal Study Hall live that we did. What herb am I? Nope, Miriam, but good guess. I'm often included in formulas for stiff, uncomfortable joints, and I know this is kind of a hard one. I think the biggest clue here is that commonly used to support healthy cholesterol and lipid metabolism. If you don't know about Ayurveda and it reducing excess kapha and ama. Ama means for Ayurvedic herbalism, that's referring to like toxins, basically, in its simplest form. Nope. Keep trying, guys. I need to do a monograph on this one. Y'all might want to Google this. Look for Ayurvedic resin to treat cholesterol and lipid metabolism. But it reduces excess kapha and ama. Nope, not ashwagandha. I like that you guys are recognizing a lot of the Ayurvedic herbs, though. I've seen ashwagandha, I've seen turmeric, I saw frankincense, and you're right. Okay, so it is cheating, but only when they tell you not to. And for this one, since nobody has the answer, I'm just saying go for it. Don't cheat all the time, though, because that's no fun. Not turmeric. Do you want me to just tell you on this one? If you want me to just tell you, put a 1 in the chat. Yes, Jennifer. She got it. It's Google. So I saw Jennifer first. I see Ginger's right behind. Did everybody else see that? See Jennifer first? Oh, I could have done the what is the first letter. Good idea, Teagsy. I'll do that next time. The answer was Google. And the win goes to Jennifer. I don't play when seeds are involved. That's awesome. Okay, next time I'll give you a clue on the first letter. All right, we're ready for the next one. First question. Okay. 2 of these 3 questions are kind of easy, so I'm going to go with the hardest one first. I have a strong affinity for the liver and digestive system, and I'm great for joint health. What herb am I? Okay, here goes the next one. I think it's kind of easy. I'm a bright golden root, best known for supporting a healthy inflammatory response. I see ginger. Turmeric is the correct answer. Y'all with me? Am I right? She was the first one to say turmeric for this. Yep, I see ginger. Oh my gosh, we're like tied. The last clue on this was I'm frequently combined with black pepper to enhance my effectiveness in the body's absorption. And I do join. So we've got on the board Marianne, Ginger, and Jennifer. All of you have 2 points each. All right, moving on because we got 20 herbs to get through. Okay, I am a bitter cooling herb traditionally used to support liver function. A bitter cooling herb traditionally used to support liver function. Bitter cooling herb. All right, I'm going to give another clue. I stimulate digestion by encouraging healthy bile flow. Marianne got, wait, no. Anne got it. I see Anne Philbeck first with dandelion. Does everybody agree with me? Y'all came in like back to back. But I see Anne first. Anne Philbeck. Oh no, Wendy, I'm sorry. Just hit skip. All right, so Anne Philbeck, you're on the board with 1. Another thing about dandelion, it also serves as both a liver tonic and a gentle diuretic. I always think of it as, I saw that, Marianne, that you said dandelion too. I'm taking note. You get on the board if you're the first one to say it. And she beat you. I mean, probably by like a microsecond. Oh, sometimes you can't skip. That's true. I'm sorry. All right. I always say about dandelion, you can use the leaves too, but the leaves are more of a diuretic than the root. And the root has more of an impact on the liver health than it does on the diuretic properties. Oh my gosh, pink dandelions and white ones? Oh, that's cool. Okay, moving on to the next one. Oh, you guys might get this one pretty easily. I'm a cooling flower often chose to comfort grief and emotional heartache. A cooling flower often chosen to comfort grief and emotional heartache. What herb am I? I calm excess heat while gently uplifting the spirit. I'm not seeing it yet, but you guys have really great guesses. I also soothe inflamed skin and sensitive mucous membranes. And I love this in a face serum. Heather got it. Good job, Heather. I don't see anybody else that replied rose. Y'all with me on that? I do like rosemary in a face serum too, actually. The answer is rose. Heather, you are on the board with 1 point. Good job. All right, moving on. I should be used cautiously by people with high blood pressure. What herb am I? I know there's several that kind of fall in this category, but I'll bet you this one might go quick. If you've ever studied any formulas, I'm often added to formulas because I harmonize the actions of the other herbs, and I'm used in a really small amount, typically. All right, this one might clinch it for you guys. I am a naturally sweet root that moistens dry tissues throughout the body. What herb am I? So we've got should be used cautiously by people with high blood pressure. Often added to formulas in small amounts with the intention that it harmonizes all of the herbs in the formula. And it's also a sweet root. Oh, Kenyo Hunt 1 got it with licorice. Awesome. And welcome, Kenyo. Or Kenyo Hunt 1. I think this is your first time here. And you're on the board with 1 point. I got to ask, though, do you live in the US or Canada? Yes, congratulations. Whoever wins. So a couple of the winners, kind of depends on how many ties we have. A couple of the winners, we'll leave it at that, are going to be winning a prize. Depends on how many overall winners we have. But right now we've got 3 people tied at 2 and 3 people tied at 1. I live in the US, West Virginia. Okay, you're in good shape. All right, next herb up. I'm so glad, Marianne. Me too. And these are great to listen to like this live if you want to quiz yourself in the future. All right, here we go. I am an adaptogenic mushroom that supports immune resilience. An adaptogenic mushroom that supports immune resilience. What herb am I? Adaptogenic mushroom. I help promote restful sleep while calming the nervous system. Oh, I see it. All right, the first person I see who answered reishi, even though she didn't spell it right, but that's okay. You don't have to always spell stuff right around here. is Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Do y'all agree with me on that? Yep, that's the only one I see. It was close though. Kenyo Hunt one almost made it. No, that's okay. So we've got now 4 people tied at second place. So the other thing, the last clue that everybody would have known this. I'm traditionally known as the mushroom of immortality. That's Reishi's claim to fame, the mushroom of immortality. I have it in my coffee every morning. All right, here we go on to the next one. I got 20 herbs to get through. So, oh my gosh. And if we run into like we need a tiebreaker, I'm going to have to just do something on the fly. All right, this next one. I am frequently recommended during allergy season. Frequently recommended during allergy season. And I'm a nutrient-dense herb rich in minerals like iron and calcium. What herb am I? Oh, Kenyo got it. Good job. The answer was nettle. Oh my goodness, now we have 5 people in second that have 2 on the board. So let me read you the other clues about this. So nutrient dense, rich herb, rich in minerals like iron and calcium, frequently recommended during allergy season, supports healthy kidney function while acting as a gentle diuretic. And some people do have to be careful of nettle if you're on medications for like high blood pressure. Anyway, like I said, always just monitor your reactions to medications to see, how you feel and how you respond. Doesn't mean that they shouldn't drink it, in my opinion, anyways. But again, do your own research. Just means you got to watch how much of it's in your formula. Hey, Tigsy. Oh, you sew too? Awesome. I sew also, and I hate sewing zippers. All right, moving on to the next one. Oh gosh, that one's gonna. I soothe irritated skin as well as inflamed mucous membranes. So you kind of got a couple of tips there. It could be used externally and internally. Externally for soothing irritated skin, and also internally soothing inflamed mucous membranes. Good guess, Jennifer. That's not it though. That is a good guess because it's true for calendula also. I help draw heat and irritation from the skin. What herb am I? I will say this herb also makes a great base in like a daily kind of formula. And it's one of them that I use as a base, like in a daily formula. All right, this last one I know is going to be ready to be typing, y'all, because whoever's the fastest will probably get it. I'm one of the best first aid herbs for insect bites and stings. There it is. Marion got it. Plantain. That is correct. Is everybody agreeing with me that she's first? Plantain. Yep. I know because of the commercials, some folks I think are running behind. Everybody make sure that you like refresh so that you're right up with all of us. So Marion, you now have 3 points. So you're in the lead. Good job. All right. So we've got Marion in the lead. We've got 4 people tying with 2 points. And then we've got Anne with 1 point. Good job, everybody. All right, next herb. Everybody make sure you refresh real quick. Get yourselves up here so you're with all of us. I think the commercials might screw it up. I don't know. I'm so sorry. All right. Here we go. On to the next one. I am a cooling herb traditionally used to support memory and concentration. What herb am I? Cooling herb used to support memory and concentration. I also promote healthy connective tissue and wound healing. Don't give up. I'm not seeing it yet, but don't give up. I help improve circulation to the brain. Oh, Kenyo got it. Go to cola. I don't see anybody else with it. Are y'all in agreement with me? That Kenyo got it? The answer is go to cola. By the way, you can infuse go to cola in an oil, and it's supposed to be a really good face serum. And I haven't done that yet, and telling all of you reminds me that I need to. Ginkgo does that too. Awesome, Anne. Oh, she probably means the circulation of the brain. Yep, they're a good pair. Ginkgo and Gotu Kola. All right. Good job. So we've got 2 people tied with 3 points. Yes, rose oil. That's I have rose essential oil in my face serum. We got 2 people tied with 3 points. That's Marion and Kenyo Hunt 1. And then we've got 3 people tied with 2 points. That's Ginger, Jennifer, and Heather. And then Ann Philbeck's got 1 point. Oh, Wendy. You know, I think we're all winners here when we just get to hear and learn from the information. All right, here we go on to the next one. Oh gosh, this is going to go quick. I'm especially indicated when tissues are hot, dry, and inflamed. I'm best known for soothing burns and irritated skin. What herb am I? Last one. Be ready to type fast. My cooling gel is commonly applied after excessive sun exposure. Wendy, look at you. Wait, did I get it right? The answer is aloe, and I see Wendy up first with it. Am I right? Wendy, you're on the board. All right, adding you to the board with 1 point. Good job. All right, next up. I am often used to ease tension headaches. Often used to ease tension headaches. I produce my cooling sensation because of my menthol content. What herb am I? Jennifer. I mean, you said mint. There's a lot of different kinds of mint. It's actually peppermint, but that's okay. Because, I mean, I don't know. I see Kenyo got pepper. Do you guys think we should go ahead and give it to Jennifer with mint? Or do you think that that was too high level and that we should give it to the first person that said peppermint? Drop me a 1 in the chat if you think we should give it to Jennifer. There's a ton of mint. But it all doesn't necessarily do the same thing, but oh, I like that idea. Okay, so we're going to give a point to Jennifer and a point to Kenyo. Whoa, which means Jennifer and Marion, you're tied with 3 points each, and Kenyo, you're in the lead with 4 points. All right, what else did I read all of them? So remember, peppermint, great for easing tension headaches. Usually I see like a peppermint, echinacea kind of combination, essential oils, in a carrier oil and using it that way. But it also internally will relieve digestive cramping and gas. So a cup of tea is also good for headaches. And the reason that it has the cooling sensation is because of the methyl content. All right, going on to the next one. So here, this is a tricky one maybe. I'm an aromatic mint family herb, traditionally used during colds with congestion. What herb am I? I don't think, I know I've mentioned this herb before, but we didn't really talk about it a whole lot. Could we do a headache migraine thing? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. I'll need to pull a lot of information together for that, Heather, because people have headaches for all kinds of reasons. Okay, we got guesses coming in. Aromatic mint family herb traditionally used during colds with congestions. I encourage, so it's a diaphoretic. I encourage perspiration during a fever. And I don't know that that's a good enough clue. I am a fragrant garden flower that is also a respiratory remedy. York candy bar. I think if you're going to try to relieve a tension headache, you could go with peppermint and lemon balm because lemon balm's known to kind of help with headaches also. I'm not seeing it yet. Gosh, let me see if I can find some other clues for you guys. It's a beautiful flower. It's kind of a pinkish purplish color. Any guesses? Let me look up, make sure I haven't seen it. The bees love it. It's a clue. Figures it's not going to be in the book that's next to me. Starts with a B. Yes! You got it, Heather. All right, Heather, the answer is bee balm. And I see Heather is the first person to provide that response. Do you all agree? If you agree, say yes or put the number 1 or something. Hey, Deanna. Good evening and God bless you as well. All right. So now we've got 3 folks tied with 3 points. We've got Kenyo in the lead with 4 points. All right. Next up. I am a warming root, especially valued for deep, productive coughs. What herb am I? I'm a warming root, especially valued for deep, productive coughs. Warming root. I help loosen and expel mucus from the lungs. So, warming root, great for deep, productive coughs to expel mucus from the lungs. Also, traditionally, a lung tonic. So, it's actually a tonic for your lungs. It doesn't get a lot of notoriety. Mullein's a good guess, but it's not mullein. And it also supports digestion. So it's a bitter herb. I'm so sorry, Wendy. Astragalus is a good guess, but that's not it. By the way, astragalus is great. It's a great tonic for some people, and it's great for early signs of, cold or sickness. But once you're sick, it will make you stay sick for longer, and it could even drive that pathogenic invasion deeper into your body. Just ask me how I know. Nope, not echinacea. Warming, it's a huge plant. I have it growing in my garden. Oh, and I got a what's growing in my garden video coming out tomorrow. If I would have done it today, you guys would have had a clue. I'll try to plan that better next time. But it's huge. And like mugwort, it shoots up a stalk too, but it's not, not mugwort, but mullein. And no, it's not mugwort. I think I was reading somebody's. It starts with an E. Starts with an E, not elderberry. Gets quite tall. Okay, first 2 letters, E-L. There you go, Ginger got it. Ella Campaign. Good job, Ginger. Do you all agree with me that Ginger's the first person to say Ella campaign? It's bitter, but you could actually, if you have like a infused onion, garlic, honey infusion that you're just, and I'm maybe like, I actually, when I was sick, went out and dug up some of my Ella campaign root to chop it up and put it in my onion honey. It is a big word, Ella campaign. Oh, you made the tincture, but you don't. Yeah, I probably didn't pick the best place to put it. You'll see in my video. It's just ginormous. It's crazy. All right. Moving on to the next one. I think we're doing pretty good, guys. I think we're going to get through all of these. So remember, before we leave Ella campaign, it's a warming root. It's really great for respiratory health and is also considered a lung tonic. But what it's really good at doing, if you cough, 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 and you've got a situation where you've got mucus that's way down at the bottom of your lungs, it's just not coming up, Ella campaign's your guy. It's going to help you to get that mucus up and be productive for a productive cough. I also read that it's great for people with COPD. Again, mind my disclaimer, do your own research, but that's about Ella campaign. But it's also a bitter herb, so it's great at supporting digestion. So like that tincture that you made, and it could also be a great bitter or included in a bitters recipe. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is going to be fun. I'm often recommended for poor circulation and people who tend to feel cold. Will you be sharing seeds of any herbal kinds? You mean like as a prize? Or you mean in a video? Oh, you mean when the plants grow and produce seeds? Sorry, Heather. I'm a little slow on the uptake sometimes. Oh, look at this. Wendy, who's the first person to say cinnamon? I see Wendy. Did anybody beat her to it though? I see Wendy with cinnamon. And that was the answer. You guys got it right off the bat. Congratulations, Wendy. So let me tell the others. And this, you would have gotten this. I am an aromatic bark that is considered strongly warming and stimulating. And I help support healthy blood sugar metabolism while improving circulation. I like to have in my morning coffee, sometimes I have my, I've told you guys before, I do like a dandelion, chicory root, red rooibos, reishi mushroom, and chaga mushroom, like make your own. That's my alternative coffee blend that I put together. So I do that, but then sometimes, like maybe I don't need another cup of dandelion root. You know what I'm saying? So I might have like my regular decaf, and I will put in there also a teaspoon of ashwagandha powder. And if I have ashwagandha in the honey, I might add that in. And then I'll also add cinnamon to that because ashwagandha by itself, not so good. But ashwagandha with cinnamon tastes pretty darn good. So I'll do that. In the morning, I like to have cinnamon in my decaffeinated coffee. Maybe a little splash of cayenne pepper too to get me moving. All right, so we have in first place Kenyo. Kenyo Hunt won with 4 points. And then we've got tied for second place 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Heather, Jennifer, Ginger, and Marion with 3 points. And then we've got Wendy with 2 points and Philbeck with 1 point. We need to break some of these ties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, on to the next one. I am generally used to help prevent illness rather than during an acute infection. Generally used to help prevent illness rather than treat an acute infection. Oh, awesome, Anne. Oh my gosh, and then it makes everything taste better when you cook with that cinnamon like that too, huh? I'm not seeing it yet. I'm famous in traditional Chinese medicine for tonifying the Wei Qi or defensive Qi. Big TCM herb here. Not seeing it yet. I'm an adaptogenic root, best known for strengthening immune function over time. So it's a root. Not ginseng, but that's a good guess. Not ashwagandha, but that's a good guess too. Not ginger. So we've got adaptogenic root, big TCM root, known for tonifying the Wei Qi. Okay, Jennifer got it. Astragalus. Good job, Jennifer. All right, we have 2 people tied at first place now. That would be Jennifer and Kenyo Hunt 1. Y'all agree with me? Jennifer's the first person to say astragalus. I didn't miss anybody, did I? Good guess with Eleuthero. Okay, awesome. All right, so we've got Jennifer and Kenyo Hunt 1 tied with 4 points. And then we've got 3 folks tied with 3 points. Heather, Ginger, and Marion. Okay, here goes the last one. And then I don't know. Well, we got to see how many people win here and how many prizes I can give out. Okay, I'm an aromatic adaptogen that helps people to deal with stress. That could be a lot of herbs. Aromatic adaptogen. I'm actually sacred, a sacred herb to Ayurveda. Promoting emotional. Yep, Kenya got it. And the answer is Tulsi. Good job, Kenya. I'm pretty sure nobody else got that one. Can y'all confirm that for me? So the other things about holy basil or Tulsi, sacred herb in Ayurveda. I mentioned this earlier too when we were chatting about it. There's a lot of different kinds of holy basil. There's the Tulsi holy basil, and there's a whole 7 total, I believe. And I think Jennifer mentioned it early. Yes, Kenyo for the win. Second place is Jennifer with 4 points. We did have 3 people tied with 3 points. So, I guess what I'll be doing then is giving a prize. Jennifer, you're winning seeds because you live in Canada. It's the one thing I can afford to mail to you that makes it worth whatever you're getting. And then Kenyo, I've got some books here. I'm trying to clean out some of my like herby kind of books. I'm going to let you pick which one you want. You're in West Virginia, so I can mail these to you. I'm glad you didn't lurk tonight either. All right, so look, we've got 2025 Herbal Almanac. That's a fun book. Anti-Cancer Diet by Olivia Green. I don't know if any of you have ever had Jerry Baker's Great Green Book of Garden Secrets, but that's a fun one. And last but not least, Rosemary Gladstar's Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide. Which one do you want? Can you let me know? And then I also need you, the green one. This guy. It's such a fun book too. I actually bought one for myself. All right, cool. I'll send this one to you. Let me write that down. Jennifer, you're getting seeds. Okay. And then we had so we've got, oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, Marianne. Are you in the US? Because if you're in Canada, you can't get a book. Jennifer, email it to me anyways, because I don't save addresses. But Marion, if you're in the U.S., just put in the chat if you're in the U.S. North Carolina. Okay. Do you want a book? If so, you get to pick which one you might want. So there's anti-cancer, medicinal herbs, and then there's this. This is the 2025 Herbal Almanac. Or if you want to pass the gift on to somebody else, you can do that too. Rosemary. I love that book. All right. And then Ginger, do you want one of these books? Or do you want to gift them to somebody else in the chat? I hope she's still here. You are so welcome. Thank you for coming. Anti-cancer diet. Okay. All right. So that, Heather, you're getting this one. Unless you want to gift it to somebody else. What do you think? I hope she's still here. There she is. Okay, so you'll be getting this one, Heather, okay? Yay, and look, it worked out perfectly. All right. All of y'all that won, you need to email me. Let me see if I have my address in a banner already. I don't. Okay, let me drop it in the chat real quick. Whoops. Whoopsie. Did I spell it right? There it is. So there's my email. Make sure you email me. I need your addresses so that I can mail you your books. Awesome. Thank you all so much. I'll be back next Tuesday. I haven't decided what the topic is going to be just yet. Thinking about maybe doing a Q&A or maybe talking a little bit, going on and talking about some gut health herbs. And storms over us here. Oh, anybody in storms, y'all stay safe. And thank you all so much for coming. This was a lot of fun. I'm trying to do this once a month. So thank you for your patience with me. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Hope y'all have a great evening. Till I see you next time. Keep your joy, folks. Bye, everybody.